Welcome to the NoItsMe show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. For those of you who are new, you can check us out at noitsme.com. That is NoItsme.com. Know It's Me is for creatives by creatives. It's about having those intimate conversations with your favorite creatives, but more so have them with ourselves and figuring out who we are as humans, who we are outside of our titles, outside of our jobs, outside of our projects. Because at the end of the day, your favorite creative is just like you. So I know you guys are probably wondering who this is on the couch. And no, he's not sitting there the whole episode. He's our guest for today. His name is Sheikh, and he's the owner and founder of Dinnerland.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Sheikh. And I'm more or less the creative director and architect of Dinnerland, yeah.
So I wanted to introduce Sheikh just because as I've been seeing the Dinnerland network grow, I just think it's something really important because not only are they creating content, but they're becoming a platform other people can bring their content. And that's something that I think a lot of us don't understand, that as we're building our different creative outlets and creative platforms, we don't have to do everything. We can always be the hub for other stuff, just like what Uber is or what Netflix is. And in my opinion, that's what Dinnerland is doing. So what made you start Dinnerland?
It was a void in our culture essentially. You know, there wasn't too much unity. There wasn't like synergy together.
Right.
And often like unity is associated with like being corny and like some type of like hippie like metaphor, but it's really not. You know, we're all working together. There's like a unified mission here. We're all seeking greatness. So Dinnerland's full of people that are just hungry and really determined for that, you know, that big prize.
Outside looking in, it seems like you have a very clear end goal or a clear structure that you want to follow. Would you say that's true or?
Yes and no. Like, you know, the path changes every day, but the destination is the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, just adapting into the media world in today is a completely different animal than it was even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess just having that type of flexibility, but understanding what the vision is with a team that understands that as well, mm-hmm. is probably the most critical thing.
So Dinnerland basically is a collaborative effort. It's not just you, since I know you don't like being tied with the boss.
Yeah, never. Yeah, no, I'm not here for that type of credit. I'm really here to facilitate and be a catalyst to everyone around me. Mm-hmm. One thing I love doing is just pushing like my friends and anybody that even reaches out to me. Like I push them right back, you know. And if I can enhance something that they don't have, then that's what works beautifully. And that's what Dinnerland is. It's a series of real intense collaborations with people that just aren't about like the credit, yeah, or having their name plastered all over the thing, you know. So yeah.
So has there ever been a time where you have, I guess, worked on something where your expectation, where like the end product didn't meet your expectation?
All the time, every single day, every single day. There's a million ideas that get pitched to Dinnerland. Every single day is a series of calls where we're just hearing like the creatives, yeah, and what they need, what they want. And that's really where our success comes from. We're actively listening to people, we're reading our emails, we're compounding these ideas, like merging and creating new collaborations from people that don't know each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes every call that day can be a dub, you know? So, but yeah, every single day we shoot, and that was the big thing. Dinnerland was underground for about 3 years before we launched. We just launched in January. So, you know, we've been active for like 26 weeks technically, and open for business for 26 weeks.
Wow.
So like, you know, it's just getting started.
But would you say that you also have like at least one insecurity, one flaw that you've worked with or had while you've been building Dinnerland?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not a confident person at all. I feel just being a creative, you challenge yourself so much. And that sort of ties into my flaw. I think that expectation that I build for myself and my team, anybody I care about, yeah, even the culture, I have certain expectations of people I don't even know. So if Jay-Z's dropping an album, I'm gonna have an expectation for that. You know, and that's where I think like it's very apparent to my team at least that, you know, that is something that's like critically, I'm always pushing, you know, and that could sort of be destructive at sometimes, you know, but the intention isn't destructive, but you know, actually thinking about it and being negative in terms of not meeting the goals, not pushing enough, not outdoing ourselves at least. you know, and I guess like one of the big like ideas I wanted to put in Dinnerland was not to like build this like follower mentality, and you know, we're not here to do that. We're here to innovate. We're here to go left. You know, we're here to be the next like ASAP Mob in the creative sense, yeah, and you know.
So what's one thing or one character trait about yourself that you think has really helped you to push Dinnerland where it's at right now and help to build where you want it to be?
I definitely say maybe like I'm like very relentless. I don't stop. There's nothing that like, I call it like, my team hears it a lot, but I call them like imaginary rules. Like there's a lot of principles that we live with that are not real. There's not like a physical barrier anywhere that's preventing you from doing anything or stopping you from getting anywhere, unless it's like security or the airport or something, you know, but like otherwise, like if it's your goal, you can just walk up to it and get it, you know. So I think that's one thing that I feel I like to like teach and like to spread, is just that these like don't live within these like proximities that we create within our mind.
Do you think that there's an avenue for people who have been like built to, let's say, go to high school, go to college, get a 9-to-5 job? Where do you think that there's a space for them to, I guess, deviate from that? Because a lot of times people do have these dreams and they do have these goals, but they need security. So how did you sort of like stray away from that?
It was something that I didn't stray away from at all. It was something that I became a freelancer. So I used what I was good at and I just put myself out there. So it was really, there was no structure to that. You know, you post on Craigslist as many times as possible, make 3 different email accounts.
No, Craigslist is your friend.
Yeah, you know, like that helped me out. That paid my bills for years, you know, until you start developing a name and a reputation, and then it's the word to mouth. And then you start meeting the influencers, and then they're distributing, you know, your number across, and it's just a catalyst effect. It's a trickle down really off of the quality of work and off of the type of ethic you bring to the table, you know. So yeah, you know, it's something where you have to finesse, you know, and that's why it's not going to be for everybody.
The funny thing about the word finesse, for some reason, whenever I hear finesse, I feel that not a negative connotation, but I feel like it's sort of like a swindle. Like you're telling people, like you're sort of saying you have to swindle people. Do you think that's more so like the whole, a lot of people like to live by like the fake it till you make it mentality, or how would you define finesse?
Finesse is, I guess, just like noticing where the Achilles heel is and attacking that. We have to do that. You do that when you apply for a job. You know, they're gonna ask you what are 3 things you can bring to the table. You're gonna try reverse thinking it. You're gonna try to outdo it.
So what do you think of people who are afraid to like disagree with the people they're working with?
No, you gotta talk your shit. You gotta be 100% with the people you work with, and understand that that's a reflection of yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So Dinnerland does not have yes men at all. We're all no men actually. Like we continuously tear each other apart. We're extremely critical, and sometimes that ends up in paralysis. Some of our ideas don't even get to leave the drawing board because we're so critical on it. So that's like, it's a dub, next idea, you know, and then we all just tear it apart. And the ideas that do make it, we know this is a good idea. The 12 people agreed on it, like thank God, you know, like it's an accomplishment just agreeing on something. So
as far as you guys being a team of creatives and just having peers around you that believe in your vision, on the other side, because I know I'm Nigerian, so it's one thing for me to be creative and know this is what I'm gonna do, it's another thing to me to explain to my parents. So have you guys like personally experienced that? What was your experience explaining to your parents?
Oh my
I'm
God.
9 to 5, this is what I'm doing.
yeah, that was quite an adventure for anybody that's from India understands that education is valued like so much, even having a career or a job. And explaining that to my mom and dad and my family overall was something that was very challenging. It was something that they did not understand at all. And I am like that odd cousin in the family, you know, like everyone is very accomplished. I didn't even finish college, you know, like, so yeah, so it was something that I really...
You self-taught with like the production stuff, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I went to school for like marketing for a couple years and then environmental science. So I know nothing about like the media world per se from school. So, you know,
That's interesting.
and just doing that, leaving college to be a freelancer is a crazy conversation. It was not good, especially when your sister was like a valedictorian, she became a doctor, and then I'm up next, and I'm dropping out of college to become a freelancer. You know, it was not a good conversation, and but I still encourage. My parents were very open-minded, and that was a blessing. My mom really saw that dedication that I had, and my family's full of workaholics, so I just told her that same thing. I was like, you told me to work hard for anything I wanted to do, you know, so I'm gonna work hard at this, and not have a boss and not live in the world that is gonna dictate like rules and put me in a box, you know, like I can break through that. This is the reason you guys came to this country even, you know? So it's things like that.
If you were speaking to someone who's interested in creating their own platform, creating their own product or service, what's one thing that you would, I guess, advise them on since you started this entrepreneurship journey?
You have to really look at how much you actually love this and not look at what you want out of this per se. You know, you looking at the fruit of the labor is not necessarily something that's gonna motivate you throughout this. If it's a Lamborghini or if it's $1 million, that's not something that's gonna keep you driven when you're feeling down and out and when like your flame is exhausted and like when you don't want to do this anymore. You really have to love it, and like to be honest, like that's one thing that's like I love dinner is like an idiom we throw around Dinnerland. You know, it's our audio tag, and it's really like you have to love everything about what you want to do if you want to be successful at it, because this is something you're marrying yourself, you're obligating, you're throwing yourself into the fire. No one's pushing you into it. You know, so if you're gonna do this, you have to want to do it. And I know it sounds like super Captain Obvious,
this is something like I feel
but
like everyone always says you have to love it.
But like, you know, and to be honest, cause like I didn't even get paid. I still don't think I'm getting paid right. You know, I don't ever think I will for the amount of like labor and heart I put into my work. You know, to be honest, I bust my ass. Like I think we all do. You know, so seeing the hours that you know some of the Dinnerland sound guys put into crafting these projects. It's amazing. I'm just like, holy shit, like we're all here and we're not even making money for this shit. Like imagine what happens when we start making money, you know, like it's gonna be completely different. So that love for this, and even if the money doesn't come, like I still love putting this shit out. I've seen the ripple through the culture, you know, already. So just knowing that like we're already looked at as sort of innovators, it's like mission accomplished, you know, like it's a high five around the board, you know, so.
You had to describe you in one word and Dinnerland in one word, in a separate word. What would be for each?
Oh my God. Myself in one word. It's probably like I want to say something like sort of negative, but I'll try to be optimistic right now. You know, I would say it doesn't have to make sense. Like, doesn't have to like fit together. Dinnerland is probably definitely, you know, a harbor.
Okay.
I would dub that a harbor. And then myself, it's really difficult to be objective here, but I'll probably just say, you know, like passionate. Okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the NoItsMe show. Before we go, you have to let me know how that wine tastes and rate it from like 1 to 5.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna drink it now. They smell it before. I'm not really like a wine drinker. It's pretty light.
Yeah, it's super light.
Yeah, so and it doesn't like taste too bitter or anything. So it's pretty cool. I guess like 1 to 10, I'd probably give it like a 7, a 6, 6.5.
All right, that's it, guys.
They gon' love me for my ambition. Easy to dream a dream, but what's harder to live?